played Luna Lovegood and James Potter. It's Evanna Lynch. So, how are you both? Excellent, lovely, good, lovely. And what are you thinking of Armageddon so far? Are you enjoying it?
Yeah, it's been fabulous. Everyone's been so nice.
Really quiet, really small. There's not really many people here to see us. So.
Yeah, it's just a little crowd here. Falling off the balcony. That's fantastic.
How did the quiz go?
The quiz, it went really well. It was run by Wiz Ed before. It went well, yes, people? Yes? There was one lady in particular who was logging in there, and she was so worried about getting one particular question right, and she went with the audience. It became a real Who Wants to Be a Millionaire thing. And she said, "Yeah, I trust you," and it was wrong. And she just fell apart. Yeah, it was quite intense for a while there. So, anyway, so good to have both of you here. Can I just say, first of all, is it true? I don't mean to branch off. I'm going to go into questions soon. But you have a fashion. You make fashion accessories, or you have a fashion label? Evanna?
No.
Not a label, I mean. No. You have fashion accessories. Is that right?
I made some of the accessories that Luna wore in the film.
Oh, right, okay, you made those, yeah, awesome. Oh, I heard that around and I can check that out. That's lovely. Enough blathering about that there. I'm going to hop down and take some questions. So, do we have a question ready to go from anybody around here? Fraser and Magda. Oh, look at these people down here. This is absolutely lovely. The scarves going on. You see them, Fraser? Let's take our first questions.
Why are you so awesome?
That was good for you.
It's a hard one to feel, isn't it? We'll just head over here because you're Irish, that could be it. And Robbie's also good. All right, Megan?
Hi. Hello.
This one's for Evanna. How much do you think that you relate to your character?
How much do I relate to the character? Yeah, quite a lot. That's, really how I got the part, because I just felt I understood her very much so. I think, yeah, when I first encountered her and was thinking about her a lot, I remember I understood her and I really wanted to kind of aspire to be like her. I wouldn't say that, like, I am her, but I definitely take a lot of inspiration from her character. And I just love her outlook on the world, where she's so open-minded and she's so sort of generous, so spirit. Like, she's never thinking about herself or about what other people are thinking about her. She's just always interested in her surroundings and always curious and never judging. So, yeah, I think I share that outlook, but it still is a struggle. Like, sometimes you do get negative. So she is definitely more aspirational to me than what I am. But yeah, every day, kind of, if I'm going, anytime I have a challenge, I always think, what would Luna do?
That's one of the cool things about sort of doing it, because you said this before, Luna Lovegood wouldn't have gone to the Luna Lovegood auditions. She wouldn't have stood there with 15,000 other people to try and get a role in the movie. So it's kind of just as well that you're not completely like her, otherwise you'd never be sat here and you wouldn't get
First off, you're like the perfect Luna. So this is just a question that I found out on one of those Did You Know things. Is it true that you and Matt Lewis would roll bagels across the set and they'd only find out when they were editing?
Weirdest rumor I've ever heard. And I've heard it hundreds of times. I don't think they even had bagels on the set. No, sadly not. I mean, we had fun games, but there was no rolling of bagels. I don't know, is that like innuendo for something? But I'm pretty No, it's just one of those weird rumors that sprang up, and it's like associated. Bagels are associated with me and Matt. As you say, we should have bought shares in bagels, but sorry.
Hi. Assuming you've both read the books, what scene are you most disappointed didn't get into the movie?
Where are you? Say it again.
Assuming you've both read the books.
Yeah, we've read the books. Once or twice.
What scene are you most disappointed
exactly. Yeah, well, I mean, I'm biased on this one, but the whole of Snape's first memory would have been nice to have read in there personally. The thing that kills me, and I've said this a couple of times, is they send when they write it, they write the whole thing pretty much verbatim. Most of the book is in the script. And then gradually they whittle it down and whittle it down and whittle it down until your 20 lines end up as 15, end up as 10, end up as 5, and it gradually decreases.
And it's just a moment.
Yeah, it's just a second. You're an extra. And then you get to film, and then they keep on cutting bits out. So yeah, I mean, obviously, I was obsessed with the Marauders even before I was cast. I said yes to that. I think I was actually writing fan fiction of what they cast me. That goes back to kind of a related question. I think they deliberately found, certainly among the younger actors, I think they deliberately found people during the audition process who were obsessed with books and with the whole, the lore of fan fiction of the world, because they knew it was going to be a big undertaking and they wanted people who believed in it and who cared about it. So yeah, for me, I'd have had the whole thing. And the really good thing is they did actually film the stuff with Lily. We had Snitch that I was playing with. Originally, they had us coming out of the exam. The whole thing was in there, and they cut it.
Mine was, I was so upset when they didn't give Dumbledore a proper funeral. I was really heartbroken, and I remember actually going up to David Hamer and being like, why? Why? And I was like, and he was kind of like, well, it's a lot of financial, because there's a lot of creatures we have to play. And I was like, I'll give you my paycheck for the movie. I was like, he needs a funeral. But he was like, that wouldn't be enough. But yeah, I didn't think that was a disappointment, especially seeing as Dobby got such a send-off. Half the seventh film was about his funeral. I mean, like Dumbledore did anything big, he just discovered 7 uses of dragon's blood. Okay. So that was disappointing. And then, in terms of Luna's scenes, I was really sad that they didn't put the Quidditch commentation in, because I thought it was so fun. And that's totally what I would have done if I had to commentate a sports match. It's not my game. But yeah, that was it.
Hello, I'm Amanda. I was wondering for Evanna Lynch, what movie did you have the most fun making?
Probably that's a difficult question. I think the 6th one actually, because that's when the 5th one I was so scared of everyone. I was new there and I just couldn't speak to anyone because I was so scared of them. But by the 6th one I'd really settled in and kind of felt comfortable playing Luna. I didn't feel like I was, with all of the 5th film I just thought I was like a fan who won a competition and they were going to find me out soon and just sack me. By the 6th one I was like, okay, they're not sacking me, I'm staying here. And yeah, there were a lot of fun scenes. There's a scene where Harry invited Luna to the ball, and I just, for Luna, for her sake, I just felt it was so nice, like finding her and her sort of circle of friends and her being accepted. It just felt lovely, and I felt really sort of proud of her. And also that one had the lion hat, which was so much fun to wear. So yeah, that one. And then by the 7th one was fun too. But one, I was studying for my exams, which was a nightmare, and also it was the last one, so there's a kind of a sense of, it was bittersweet, you know, as fun as it was like, it is ending. But yeah, 6th one, I felt like Harry Potter was going to go on forever. It was so nice.
Hi, I'm over here. Can you guys both describe how different your Harry Potter filming experiences were?
I want you both to describe how.
Describe how different your Harry Potter filming experiences were.
I didn't get a lion headdress. I think they were really. I mean, I know her story because we've done this a few times. Yeah, I think so. But like everything, so the audition process, so she had one massive audition to kind of beat millions and millions of girls, and I didn't have to beat any girls. Sadly. So no, but for James they kind of went through loads and loads of rounds, so it's a bit more like the X Factor or something like that. They kind of whipped all this down gradually. And the whole way through I didn't think I was going to get cast anyway, so to me it was a joke. And then yeah, we did all of the stuff, we recorded a place called Plenty Palace in England. It was boiling hot. And we were there with Dan, and Alan Rickman was there for a bit. And so somehow everybody always finds out where you're filming, and like they try and keep it a secret, but it's HarryPotter, so there's no way that's ever going to happen. And I remember one of the days they locked up the set, so they sort of kept all the screaming girls about 200 yards away. And it was so hot that everyone was in bikinis. I mean, they were us, that was and Dan and I had seen this, he bounced up next to me and said, have you seen those girls over there? I said, yes, mate. And I thought, you know, typical boy from me. He went, some of them are quite nice. I was like, buddy, they're all here for you. Take two, I'm three if you want. It doesn't matter. Yeah, so it was kind of, because it was just boys. There weren't any girls in that part. It was kind of like just a lad's time, so it was kind of fun.
All right, welcome. We have Katie upstairs, up here. Katie?
It's actually Katie. Evanna, you're like my idol. You're so amazing. I just love how you went from a Harry Potter fangirl to one of the most iconic characters in the film and books. Anyway, and this is directed at both of you, but what's your favourite pizza topping?
What's your favourite pizza topping?
Oh, we're the most awkward pizza customers ever, because he's lactose intolerant, so he can't have cheese. I'm not funny.
And she's vegan, so...
I'm trying to be vegan because I feel bad for the
cheese.
cows. But I do like the cheese, so... probably mushroom. Mushrooms are pretty harmless.
Mine would be Hawaiian, but yeah, Hawaiian without cheese, so people always look at me weird whenever I go to pizza places. I don't like being judged at the best of times. I don't need to go somewhere so they can judge me for my food. Although she's trying to make me vegetarian. We went to Hobbiton, the lovely people at Armageddon Expo. Yeah, wrong kind of wizards.
I'm tall in that world.
Yeah. We found houses that made her look tall, which was wicked. And yeah, it's also a working farm, so they have all these tiny little beautiful lambs running around. So she was making dough eyes at the lambs, and then she turns to me and says, right, you can't eat any more lambs. No.
That's what I felt like. I felt there's a disconnect. People see the lambs and they go, oh, and then they go into the restaurant like, lamb burger. Look at that face. You can't do that. So that's what Robbie's good at New Zealand.
Yeah. You mean what I'm lost in New Zealand?
I don't mean to go off topic slightly, but are there like any fandoms or anything other than Harry Potter that you guys are into? And if so, would you be wanting to play a role in them?
Yeah, way too many. That's not like we talked about this. I think if you're a fan of one thing, you're a fan of everything. Robbie describes it as like a hole that you have to fill. So once one fandom is kind of quiet in there, you have to fill it with something new. So Robbie actually introduced me to Avatar lately. So I'm a bit obsessed with that.
Yeah, we've been spotting Avatar costumes. It was a bit embarrassing. In Melbourne, we saw a guy dressed as an airbender. And I like whistled at him and they pulled him over. It was sort of a con in reverse. We were like, come in. And we had to figure out whether he was Aang as a grown man or Tenzin. And she had Aang and I had Tenzin. He turned out to be
Tenzin over Aang.
It's niche, come on. So we've seen a few of you guys dressed as Avatar characters, so we've been geeking out over that. But I think that's kind of one of the things about doing this. There's very little difference between you guys and us. We're kind of all the same. So yeah, we geek out about stuff all the time.
Yeah, and I'm a big fan of Hunger Games. I love it.
And we both watch Game of Thrones religiously.
I watch it through because I hate blood and everything. It's so good, so I just want my sweater full. Kind of know what's going on.
Would you please tell her to read the books?
Everyone who reads the books hates the TV series. Well,
They just sit superior and smug in the corner going, I know what's coming next. You like that character? He's going to die.
Hello there! Welcome to Middle Earth! First of all, my sister's in love with you, so what is your personal imagination thingy of what narwhals are like? Because we would all like to know.
Yeah, do you know what? I think people have the wrong interpretation of narwhals. They think they're these sweet little things. I think they think they're pygmy puffs, those fluffy things that sit on your shoulder. But they're not. They're pests. And like in the wizarding world, they're the things that people spray the shit out of and just kill them. They're just like little bugs that ruin your plants. And yeah, I don't know. I actually did for one of the films because they asked me to make. Because I did a Make Someone Jewelry and they asked me to make new things. And I decided to make a narwhal. And that was one of the things that just got shoved aside, like, nah. But I just thought it was like a little bug with lots of wings and eyes. Yeah.
But we got asked this at Harry Potter exclusive, Harry Potter only convention, so we had loads of Harry Potter actors, and we kind of sort of put all our ideas into a pot, and the closest thing we came up with, does anyone remember the movie Gremlins? Like little tiny little versions of Gremlins. That was the best we could kind of do. So when you think of a picture of that, that's
My question is for both of you guys. It's just, if you could redo the Harry Potter movies and be any other character, who would you want to be?
I'd probably be Trelawney. I think she's she's not that far a step from Luna, to be honest. And yeah, I'm a sucker for all those like globes and psychics. Yeah, whenever my life's a bit of a mess, I go to a psychic and tell them. And I know it's not true, but it makes me feel better. So I think I would be a good, what's the divination teacher? And her costumes are cool. Otherwise, Dobby. I played him in a school play when I was really, really young. And everyone, I had a pillow slip and everything. And everyone was like, you were really good, but your voice was so squeaky, we couldn't hear it. So, yeah, but that was pre-Luna.
I like the dominant, badass, masculine character, so I'd be Professor McGonagall.
But they have a Fantastic Beasts, you know that movie that J.K. Rowling's written? We both kind of said we'd happily play a creature, a Fantastic Beast, anything.
I'd be a narwhal. Spray the shit out of me with that.
Hi. I just wanted to know who was the funnest person on the cast to hang out with, and what's the weirdest New Zealand word you've come across so far?
The weirdest New Zealand word's mouldy. Because I thought I understood reading. And I've always said that word Maori, but apparently that's wrong, so yeah, it's that great. Was it first or coolest?
Most fun.
Probably Nat Tena, who played Tonks, because she is pretty much like her character. She's just wild and crazy and says too much and doesn't care. And yeah, she really helped me one time. We did a publicity tour together, I think it was for the last film. And I was stressing out about interviews and everything, and she said, mate, stop thinking, stop thinking. I was like, yeah, that's the way to live, just don't think, just do it. Yeah, she's really fun.
Yeah, she's cool. Frank Delane, who plays the young Tom Riddle, is pretty cool as well. Yeah, he's a good guy. And Robbie Coltrane. Robbie Coltrane was actually the very first person I met. We all got together for Porter and did a big read-through, so they got all the actors in one room. and I was feeling nervous, I think it's probably fair to say, and I saw him stood outside. He was with some guys, massive great big guy, and I marched up to him, I was like, come on, chin up, chest out, be brave. And I went up to him and went, hi Robbie, my name's Robbie. And he went, ha ha, and picked me up in a bear hug. So yeah, he's cool.
Hi. First of all, I love you guys so much. You're both a real inspiration to me. But if you could have any magical pet, which one would it be and why?
Phoenix. Who would want a phoenix? Bring you back to life. Pretty. Phoenix would be a cool one. She goes upstairs.
Yeah, she's always there, so she's picked Phoenix first. Yeah, that'd be good. I'd like to be a Phoenix. Or a stag, great big stag, just hang out with, you know, hang things on him. He can carry stuff for you. She has tons of luggage, she knows luggage everywhere, so I don't think Phoenix would be down for that.
Or a crumple horn snorkack, but we don't really know what they are. They sound awesome.
Hi, I was just wondering, this is for both of you. Did you feel a lot of pressure from media and people around you to play your book characters accurately?
I was very determined I had to do right for Luna, but I was also stubborn and I thought that I knew Luna better than anyone. So no one could really. So I was concerned, and also I was very involved in the fandom. So when they were casting Luna, before I even had an audition, I was involved in that, and I wanted to make sure that whoever played it loved it so much. And then yeah, when I got the part, I was like, right, I obviously have a responsibility to the fans out there who love her as much as I do, but I also felt like I can do this because yeah, there was no character I had much more respect or love for. And then I think when the movies did come out, I started to get very anxious, and people started talking about reviews and that whole world of the movie industry and professionals, not actual Harry Potter fans, giving their opinion. That started to get to me, but I think it was all all my worries were put away when I met J.K. Rowling because I'd met her before, but I met her after the 5th film, and she gave me a big hug and she said it was perfect, and I kind of was like, you know what, if J.K. Rowling says it's perfect, I don't care about anyone else. And I think it's my opinion matters, David Yates, because he's the director, and J.K. Rowling, she is the queen, so. But yeah, after that I felt okay.
I think, yeah, it's a good question. I think the media thing is one of those things that you kind of have to just sort of quiet, just turn the volume down. Because obviously there's such a big thing about Harry Potter. You get cast in other movies and no one really cares, your performance comes out and then maybe a few people will write reviews, good or bad. But with Harry Potter, everyone's got, it's like poor Ben Affleck and the whole Batman thing, It's sort of, everyone has an opinion before you've done anything. And I remember being sat in my house and there's a BBC website called Newsround, which always broke all the Harry Potter casting first. And I knew the day they were going to announce it, so I was sat there sort of pressing F5 under pressure. And I sort of, all of a sudden there were like 20,000 comments. I love him, I hate him, I hope he dies. And I remember going to my mum and going, I don't like this. It needs to stop. So yeah, I deleted my Facebook. I still don't have a Facebook. I just kind of keep that whole side of it. I think what Eve said about you have the people whose opinions matter to you, and then there's everybody else.
Their opinions, I remember thinking, it would be awful because how much I cared about the books. And if one person, if you root for just one person, the character that they love so much, it really is heartbreaking. But there's so many people, there's so many Harry Potter fans, and you see from the films, from fan art, from fan fiction, everyone has a different interpretation. So you have to do your as best you can for you, and hopefully get as close to them as possible. But yeah, you can't please everyone.
If you listen to everyone, you get crazy. And the other thing with James was I was in a bit of a weird spot because obviously they'd already got Adrian, so they had all these ideas. They all know who Adrian is.
I didn't know.
Okay, so he plays James as an old man. Yeah, exactly, you know what I'm saying, yeah. He died in his 20s, not his 40s. So they'd already made all these decisions, so it was kind of one of those weird things. It's like wearing someone else's shoes for them. Although the cool thing was, my first day on set, they gave me the glasses. They said, there's only 3 pairs of these. Adrian has one, Dan has one, and now you've got the 3rd one. So that was kind of thing. But yeah, it was a bit different to originating a character.
We have a question over here on your left, on your right. It's going to be a very small question.
Do you like New Zealand?
Do you like New Zealand?
Yeah, it's been fabulous.
How are we going to say no to her?
Right, so sweet, right?
What's your favourite colour?
Can we just do the entire thing we have?
An hour long waiting, we're getting through as many as we can. It'd be lovely though, wouldn't it? Yeah. So, okay, so favourite colour? Just going on to upstairs.
Favorite colour? Yellow.
Blue.
Oh, hi there.
Okay, upstairs, where are you?
Hi. There's one more, I think.
One
I
more?
see you coming.
Nah.
Or not.
Okay, upstairs, Damien? Yes?
Hi there. I was wondering if you could continue the Harry Potter series and make it yourself, like prequel or sequel or anything, what would you like to see?
Luna spin-off. Or even just do the whole books again from Luna's point of view. That would be very different. She would, yeah, be so...
Adventures of the Marauders, of course. Not that we're biased or anything.
I just love... What?
Hey, we're done.
What?
You make it, we'll be in a job done.
Hi. I was just going to say, first of all, I mean, it must have been an incredible experience to have done something, and I mean, first of all, if you see J.K. Rowling or Emma Watson or Rupert Grint or Dana Ricker, please say hello to them for me. And also, I was wondering if you have any advice for an aspiring actress.
Yes.
I've never been an actress, so I can't.
Might appreciate your advice as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same with any profession in the arts, I think, that you have to just keep your imagination engaged. For me, it's reading. I need to keep reading as many stories as I can, because I think, especially like as an actor, like as a career, it's so sort of solitary. You're not like usually in a team. You're jumping from one project to the next. So you tend to get too much in your head, very introspective. So it's good to like, for me, every time I read a book and another character's life and their wishes and their desires is so much more important than mine. That's really what acting is. It's taking yourself out of your head and making their life, more important than yours almost. So yeah, I would say read, and then I would say just go and do it. Like people are always waiting for permission to act, or like you kind of are at the mercy of a lot of people, like the casting director and the director. There's so many stages you have to get through, but you shouldn't wait for that. Like if you do love it and if you want to pursue it, you should just start a group with your friends or join a group nearby and try and get an agent. And because there are a lot of resources now, it's not like it used to be where it was for a very select few. There's YouTube and Vimeo and everything. There's all these resources for you. So, and I think if you don't do it, you get tired. You start to forget why you love it. So you need to keep the passion alive, and otherwise you'll get bogged down in the business, which isn't it at all. So. Yeah, just keep that.
This is fairly obvious to everybody in here, because you guys have all kind of dressed up and you've all thrown yourself into this. But create, and then let it go. As soon as you make it, let it go and move on. Don't define yourself by what you're doing. So many actors, they're really happy when they're working, then they're absolutely distraught when they're not. You're still an artist, whether you're working on a movie or whether you're writing a play or whether you're sat eating your cornflakes. And don't get defined by what you do. Just do it and move on. And don't get obsessed with good or bad either, because at the end of the day, that's not your call. Other people decide whether you're good or bad. Just create and do it and have fun with it.
And I think from like an acting point of view, you need to try and make yourself fall in love with your characters, because that's what motivates all the, I guess all the work and the growth you do with the character. Because yeah, I definitely have found I get more success from auditions where. Characters and care about them, they usually will go further. Whereas if I don't care about them, sometimes I do get auditions where I'm just like, not bothered, and nothing comes of them because I don't put the work in, and I don't want to, go above what is expected of me. Just stop laughing, it's over already.
That was the YouTube moment right there. No one else has to do anything the rest of the answer. Just stop. It's fine. I don't think anyone's filming this, is it?
One question over here in the middle for you.
Okay, I just want to say I love you guys. Like, so perfect. It's such an honor talking to you guys. I just wanted to ask, putting your characters aside, what house do you consider yourselves in? And my friend's mom thinks Alan Rickman is attractive. Do you think the same?
How could you not think Alan Rickman's attractive?
Sorted on Pottermore. I'm in Gryffindor. Yeah, I kind of always suspected that. Like, I'm pretty determined when I want something. And yeah, and then I got J.K. Rowling official. So I'm keeping that. I'm happy with that. How about you?
Yeah, I'm Gryffindor too. That's people always think she'd be Ravenclaw, but again, it's that thing. She wouldn't have gone to the Luna Lovegood auditions. Yeah, she's not that smart.
Too many blonde moments to be a Ravenclaw.
As you just witnessed.